One idea equals $1 million. Now, isn't that exciting? And it is true. And I'll prove it to you. So the first time we met Russ von Holscher, who was our mentor, the man who ultimately helped us make millions of dollars, we picked him up at the airport, and we were driving home. We lived about an hour from the Wichita, Kansas airport, and so we were just getting started back then. Eileen and I were bringing in about $15,000 a month, about $500 a day in total revenue, by the way. But that was more money than we had ever made in our lives, and we were excited. Eileen and I were newlyweds. We had a business that was doing well. Life was really, really good. We were young. that helped. And life was really, really, really good for us. And we picked Russ up at the airport, and we had Eileen's little compact car, and he's in the back seat. And he's as big as an NFL linebacker. He's all hunched up back there. But he's glad to meet us, and we're glad to meet him. And we were just talking about the business and how amazing this business is. And the business is, back then we called it mail order marketing. That was before the internet. Now we call it direct response marketing. It's the same thing, just much more, many more different ways to reach people, thanks to the internet and some of the other technological breakthroughs that have happened. This story takes place in 1989. So think about how long ago that was and what all has changed since then. But Russ said this. Russ had already been in the business for about 20 years at that time. He had already made millions of dollars for himself and his clients. And he told us just one idea equals $1 million. Or no, he just said one idea will make you $1 million. He said in this business, one idea will make you $1 million. And it was nighttime. It was a long day. I was tired. I about drove the car off the road. I was just so mesmerized by that idea, so hypnotized by that idea, so in love with that. Making $1 million was just a fantasy that I had, that it was a fantasy that I spent a lot of time fantasizing about. But to think that just one idea you could make $1 million, that was exciting to me. And it still is exciting. And it wasn't just maybe 6 months later I had an idea, a very simple one I might add, and I called Russ up. I got the idea in the shower of all places. I get a lot of great ideas in the shower and while meditating, and I go to the park every day with my dog when the weather's good, and I always have a piece, always have paper with me, and I'm always writing things down. The idea starts the money. The idea starts the money. You create your own cash flow. And anyway, about 9 months later, I had an idea, called Russ up. He helped us implement it. It was a simple idea. Spent about 3 months developing it. Now I've spent about 3 weeks, maybe a week. But I spent about 3 months working up all the sales materials, and Russ helped me. He oversaw the whole project, and it made us well over $1 million. Since then, we've had many projects that have made us well over $1 million. Some of them have generated many, many, many millions of dollars. And I don't say that to brag, just to give credibility to this idea that the only thing I would add to Russ's original statement, and if all this happened like about 30 years ago, so I would just say one idea well executed or well implemented. Because without that, your ideas are never going to make that much money. So sometimes the ideas that I thought were going to work the best did not work at all, hardly, or at all. I lost money on some of the ideas that I thought were going to work the best. And conversely, I had an idea in 1994, it wasn't even my idea. It was a good friend of mine, Alan Bechtold, came to me when the World Wide Web was brand new. And we were just getting involved. We were involved with something that was the precursor to the internet called computer bulletin boards. And Alan said, "Hey, TJ, this World Wide Web is really going to take off." And he had this idea for how we could cash in on the World Wide Web. And I didn't know anything about the World Wide Web. but he did. And we made many, many, many millions of dollars very, very, very quickly. And I thought at the time, I just liked hanging out with Alan, and I thought maybe, we'd make a few thousand a month or something like that. Ended up, we made many, many, many thousands of dollars a day. And so the right people are important. The right ideas, the right people. Timing is important. In that case situation with Alan. Now I'm involved in something with Russ von Holscher with cryptocurrency. So at the time I'm recording this, cryptocurrency is very hot right now. It's very exciting. This is digital money. And nobody knows the future of it. Just like we didn't know the future of the World Wide Web way back in the day. But it looks like it's going to be a huge, huge hit. So getting involved with the right people at the right time with that right idea. And you can make millions. I mean, the sky's the limit. The internet has opened it all up. And I hope you become even just a little bit as excited as I was back when I first heard this idea. That all it took was just one idea. Now I would say one idea that's well executed through the right people who have the right plan. But still, just it's the ideas that start the money. So thanks for listening. I hope that you'll think about what I shared with you. If you're one of my clients, I'm extremely grateful. And if you're not one of my clients and you want to know what we're doing and who I am, click on the link below. And thank you, and bye for now.